So we're just gonna ignore the fact that this Joker in the center looks just like Shanks. The handle looks just like Griffin. The coat looks just like Shanks' coat. We just gonna ignore that this Joker looks like Shanks. Oda, don't you dare sit here and pretend like that this does not look like Shanks, because I know Oda is kind of trying to lead us on to somewhere. He may end up tricking us later on, but I actually do think that he's trying to tell us something, that this is a connection to red-haired Shanks himself. Now, I have some thoughts about this. We're gonna get on to that, but first, I'm Vagabond Kana. This is One Piece chapter 1083, The Truth of That Day. So, Sabo essentially starts off by telling Dragon, hey, we completed all of our main goals. We made a declaration of war by destroying the symbol. We freed as many slaves as possible and retrieved Kuma-sama, even though that's not that. I mean, that kind of half went well, but he ended up going back on his own accord. So that's something. And then we destroyed the food storage. Long story short, this ends up pleasing Ivankov and Dragon. So now, this is the part where Dragon says, and of course, they're not the kind of people to take these blows in silence. Once the Holy Knights make a move, that's when the real battle will begin. So these Holy Knights, now back to what I was saying before. Now there are some people thinking that Shanks will, like, this is gonna be like Shanks' twin or something, and like this is a clone of Shanks or something like that, which I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's probably, that's plausible, actually. I mean, I don't think that's gonna be the route, but look, we have clones introduced into the series. We gotta consider every possibility, you know what I mean? But all in all, I gotta say that this is, I don't think that's gonna happen, to be completely honest. However, I do think that this holds something else for Mr. Shanks Figarland. And you heard me right, I used his last name, Figarland. These Jokers look like a bunch of Figarlands. This gotta be the Figarland family, I'm sorry. And that might actually, it's possible that this is Shanks himself. It's quite possible. But I don't know, because here's the thing. Let's think about this. These Holy Knights are more than likely Celestials themselves, correct? They're also, you know, born Celestial Dragons, but these are more than likely stronger Celestial Dragons who can fight. This privilege was probably given to a certain line of the family when it comes to the Celestial Dragons. Knowing that, why was Shanks able to have an audience with the Gorosei exactly? We still don't know the reason behind that. Why do they respect him so much? Yeah, he's a peacekeeper. But outside of that, why would they keep an audience with him? I find that to be quite interesting. Him of all people, a Yonko, a dangerous pirate, and he's just able to have an audience, just walk up, and it is what it is. Not only that, but like I said, the coats, the swords, well, one sword I see, but it's just like this guy looks way too much like Shanks. I think that instead of this being a clone, or these being clones of Shanks, I think that this is Shanks' family, because in film Red, you know, in the One Piece movies, they always give hints of future things that are actually canon. For example, Aokiji missing a leg to Akainu. That's one that we literally just confirmed in the manga like a few chapters ago, which is kind of funny because that movie came out years ago. That was film Gold. And then in Stampede, we got the actual name of Raftel, which was actually Laugh-Tell, as in like to laugh. So then there's that. And then you have film Red. And what did we get out of that? The biggest thing, honestly, the only real thing that we could have gotten out of that was the fact that Shanks' last name was Figarland. That was a big deal. And the Gorosei were very intrigued by the fact that they were asking, it was like, oh, does Uta have Figarland blood? And I was like, why would that matter? Unless if it's very important to have a certain family member's bloodline for you, which to me, kind of like how you guys care about how the Nefeltari family is blood, but the blood of the Celestials, they care about that. They may care about the same when it comes to specifically Shanks Figarland himself. And think about it. Roger found Shanks right after the battle at God Valley. God Valley. Who was there at God Valley? Celestial dragons. Probably also, I mean, there's more than likely more to the story than meets the eye. More than likely, I mean, let's be real. So maybe the Fagarland family was there and they just happened to have a baby boy that just got lost. And that baby boy was Shanks. I'm thinking that's my little small theory for now. Of course, I'm not going to make a whole freaking separate video of it. I got a bunch of other videos I got to make still that I said I was going to do, but I haven't done yet. So, but hey, that's my little short theory right now. I think that's good. I think that's the connection. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think that would be really cool. However, the chances of me being wrong, maybe, yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? And this may just be a bunch of freaking clones, which would be mildly, maybe extremely disappointing. But I mean, I'll take it either way. It's like, whatever, you know. But I'm very intrigued. See, this made my intrigue for Shanks go up about tenfold. He's one of the most interesting One Piece characters for me, especially now, because before he was just some guy who never showed up. He was like a deadbeat dad, and that was about it. So I mean, I didn't know what to say about him before, but now I'm extremely intrigued thanks to film Red. Not necessarily, I'm not intrigued in his power. I figured he was going to be strong, but there's also that. Oh yeah, speaking of strong, y'all need to stop sleeping on Dragon. Stop sleeping on Dragon. All right. Dragon, this boy Dragon's gonna pop off at any given point. Do not sleep on this man. Anyone going around saying Dragon is a fraud, my good sir, my good man, do not fool yourself. For Dragon shall soon indeed pop off. This man doesn't have the highest bounty in the verse for nothing. And I know we don't rank people by bounty, but let's be honest, this man is gonna be pretty ridiculous. And it's these guys right here, these holy knights, what I'm assuming to be the Fagarlands. I am thinking that this is what's gonna make Dragon start to actually be like, all right, it's go time, let's fight. Ain't that a kick in the head? Celestial dragons that can actually fight. I mean, you have the Goro saying you're assuming that they can fight as well, because, you know, I mean, you got the Gandhi guy, he has a sword. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that for show. It would be so disappointing if he just had that for show. And he's got scars. Everybody's got scars. So it's like, I think these guys have been scrapping at some point in life. I'm just saying. It wouldn't make sense if they didn't. I don't know how strong they are exactly, but if these holy knights are to come off of, or to really indicate anything, these holy knights at least might be around Yonko-ish level, maybe Admiral-ish level. I don't really know. This, I gotta see. Another interesting thing about these guys, because there's a lot to talk about with these guys. Like I said before, there are 9 of them. At least I think I said this before. There are 9 of them, as I can count on this page. There might be more. So if there are 9, that makes you think, okay, 1 each to fight the Straw Hat Pirates. Maybe not, however. I can't fully say. Wouldn't it be so interesting if Shanks was actually one of them? Like, what's going on with Shanks, man? we gotta dive into Shanks again, because I thought the Shanks hype was gonna I thought we were gonna take a break, but we gotta get back on it. We gotta get back on it. But anyways, moving on. As the conversation continues, Sabo looks at a picture of himself standing over Cobra's body, and he's like, "Nani? This is photoshopped. These damn YouTubers, always clickbaiting. We'll make sure that they never clickbait again. I, the Flame Emperor, shall go after the King of Lightning." All right, let me stop. But no, seriously though. Sabo starts telling the story of what actually happened. Finally, he starts the story. And my God, there's a lot in this chapter, dude. There's a lot in this freaking chapter. But essentially, long story short, there's a lot of fighting, blah, blah, blah. Also, they show Karasu. He ate the suit fruit. And they show Lindbergh as well. And they also show Morley. Morley is currently fighting Green Bull, and Karasu is fighting Fujitora. Now, as stated before, all right, here we go. I'm about to get into the agenda talk and the power scaling, because, you know, there's a lot of people talking crap about the Admirals. I'm not an Admiral stan, but I am a fan of truth, and that's basically kind of it. At least I try to be a fan of truth. I try to tell the truth. The truth is that the Admirals couldn't go all out. That's the truth. But a lot of people in the fandom ignored that. Now, this scene actually shows it. So everybody going around saying, oh yeah, Sabo and a few good men got away from the admirals. Sabo's better than them, and the admirals suck, and blah blah blah, all that garbage. I know it's just agenda. A lot of people are just screwing around and stuff, but at the same time, it's just like, come on now. Some people were actually serious about it though. Just like, hey, look, the admirals, like in here, it actually states that if the admirals could go all out, this whole area would have been destroyed. This whole freaking area would have been leveled. But there were celestial dragons, there were civilians, and if they hurt any of the celestial dragons, they would have been executed. And then even Green Bull's like, dang, we can't go all out here. And then freaking Fujitora, he's like, this scene is hilarious actually, because when Green Bull turns around to look at Fujitora, it's like, Fujitora, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm calling a meteor in. And it's like, why would you do that? You're gonna kill everybody. You're gonna kill all of these weak celestial dragons. We can't stop what you're doing. Let's just leave, all right? And so, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. So it's like, to power scale the admirals and then be like, oh, Sabo and everybody else got away. It's like, come on, you're ignoring the story on purpose. Let's keep it a buck. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know you're full of crap. So just stop. Come on. But anyways, I'm done with that little rant. We move on and we actually see well, CP9, what used to be CP9, but they're now CP0. We see all of the old Jokers. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, but we see Blueno, and yeah, man, I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, I be forgetting names. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But anyways, moving on, we see a lot of characters. We see Bonnie. We see Vivi. I know there's a certain artist on Twitter that's probably going crazy on this chapter just because of seeing her. You know, Vivi, she's standing up to Lucci right now. She's talking to Lucci. Is like, she's trying to find Shirahoshi because Saint Roswald and Charlos, yeah, they're after Shirahoshi, and Vivi's worried about her. So essentially, Lucci comes in and is like, oh, don't worry, we'll protect you. And it's like you protected Shirahoshi. Oh wait, you didn't. You freaking. No, like, Vivi's funny. Vivi's interesting. I don't have anything against Vivi. I know, you know, when it comes to Straw Hat Talks, people think that I hate everybody that's not freaking Carrot, but no, I'm cool with Vivi. I'm cool with every other character. It's just I don't like a certain other character that will not be mentioned this day. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, this chapter had a lot in it. A lot. I'm hoping that we get like confirmation on how Bonnie ended up where she was. And in all honesty, I personally think Kuma just probably slapped her somewhere random all the way to Egghead Island. That's what I personally think. But we got to see, because she had to have ended up here just floating in the ocean somehow, some way. But anyways, moving on to the final scene here, we see Cobra. He's about to walk into a room with the 5 elders. And he tells Shaka and Pell to stay outside and protect Vivi. You know, I don't think he has any idea what's about to happen to him, but he's about to die. So we're going to see more of this in the next chapter. I hope we see more of this in the next chapter. Just continue it, Oda. Just continue it. Please, for the love of God, just continue it. I just want to see it be finished, okay? Let's go. But yeah, guys, that's it for the review portion. We're going to be moving on to the Reddit comments and seeing what people are saying. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And here we go. The anti-admiral agenda will fail. When Akainu returns, Yonko tards. He wasn't a fraud? Oh my god, Akainu, you are top 1! Admiral fans, Goat Kainu, we were waiting for you. No, seriously, real talk, Akainu's like my favorite antagonist. I freaking love Akainu, bro. Like I said, I'm not an Admiral stan, okay? I'm not. But Akainu is indeed, indubitably a goat, okay? It is what it is. It is what it is, okay? I don't know what you want from me, okay? Chadmiral fans, let the Yonko fanboys cope and seethe while they can. Our time is coming. Hey, real talk though, look, I'm a Yonko guy, okay? I am a Yonko guy. But my God, I cannot wait for the admirals to go all out. Like I said, I don't believe Akainu is admiral level. I believe he's Yonko level. Just like I believe Aokiji is Yonko level, right? I believe they're a step higher. That's just how I view the admirals. I view the admirals a step lower than the Yonko. That's just me. But my God, I can't wait for Akainu to go. God, it's gonna be a lovely day when that man starts fighting again. Oh my God, I love this dude. Anyways, let me stop going crazy. Admirals have been cleared on all accounts of fraud. Agendas are still viable. You're darn right. Look, man, people were going out of their way to specifically not read the story. Like, look, we already had confirmation that they couldn't go all out because they're in the holy man of Mary Joyce. Then Oda had to spell it out for you just for you to get the point. It's like, look, he said it with words. No one paid attention to the words being said for some weird reason. And now he showed it with action. What happened? The same thing that he said. Now are people gonna listen more, or are people just gonna pretend like they didn't just read chapter 1083? Like, come on. Like, real talk, like, come on. They almost would have destroyed these dudes, man. And I'm not talking about Sabo specifically, but I mean, there's two of them. There's two of them. They would have definitely beaten morally. They would have beaten Karasu. They would have beaten these dudes. Like, let's not lie to ourselves about this. Like, come on, guys. Come on, man. Use your power scaling brain, guys. Move aside, Fodmirals. Make space for the actual top-tier fighters from the world government. Why didn't you just let the God Knights handle it? Which hospital is Fujitora being treated at? Oh, what the heck. Hey, but look. Honestly, hey, the God Knights might be crazy. Like I said, man, what if each of them were Yonko level? That'd be scary. Absolutely scary. One of them might actually be Shanks. Maybe one of them is Shanks' uncle or some junk. I don't freaking know. Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff, but they look like the Shanks squad. The Figarland boys. If Akainu was there, he would have neck diffed Sabo and the Revs while killing the Celestial Dragons. That's crazy. It's like I can see him doing it. I mean, he won't do that. He wouldn't do that. But at the same time, Akainu just goes, F you, and he just starts burning all the Celestial Dragons. God, that'd be hilarious. Okay. I think it's time that I stop. If you enjoyed this video, please by all means like and subscribe. Come and join the Vagabond's journey. I like this chapter. It was a pretty good chapter. It expanded upon a lot of what went down in Mary Joa, and I actually want to see more. Pretty good chapter, very solid. It's not 10 out of 10 worthy. It's not the craziest thing ever, but we do get some agenda going, which is gonna have the fandom talking for at least the next week. And thank God we're not on break this time. But anyways, with all that being said, Vagabond gone.